Goldie. Hi, Goldie. Meow, 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 huh? Good poo-poo head. Goldie and GoldDigger. Hey, here she is. Curled up like a ball. Getting a Rife treatment off the Spooky2 Central plasma treatment. I was one of the first ones to get that thing, too. It probably is working. I was saying I didn't think it was working, but then I started reading about how successful cancer treatments progress as you're killing cancer cells. The cancer cells themselves that are dead are toxic and it causes an inflammation reaction at the site. So she is eating a lot better, even though I have to hand feed her. And she's drinking water and she's sleeping well. You can see she's curled up like a little boo, you know. So, and right, she's got her face a little dirty because of you know, hand feeding her cat food. She's doing all right though. I think she's, I know, I don't feel like, right now I don't feel like she's in danger or in pain or anything like that, and the situation seems to be reversing. But, you know, how things go, I mean, you know, they could be reversing for sure, but who knows if they're going to keep reversing. But I think they will. I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. The Spooky2 Rife plasma is not going to be applied every single day. I'm going to do it every other day. Yeah, but I'm going to keep up with the CBD oil twice a day, the Live On Labs liposomol vitamin C twice a day, the carbon C60 and olive oil. It's going to be put in her food. She's going to get fed a good 300 calories a day so she can regain her weight. And I'll put her outside every day in a great little cat pen with the grass and, you know, watch her. And if she gets fully recovered, I want to keep up with the CBD oil, the Live On Labs. I want to definitely keep up with the carbon C60 and olive oil. I think that has been keeping her alive this whole time. I think when I stopped it, because she had such great results with adding the colostrum to her food, I stopped putting the carbon C60 in there, and I think that's when the tumor in her tongue started growing a lot faster and she couldn't eat. I think that carbon C60 and olive oil was actually keeping that tumor down the whole time. In fact, I was doing it twice a day religiously for at least all of 2018, and I didn't do it as every single day in 2019 or every single meal, but I was doing it. And now that I think back, her health seemed to be deteriorating a little bit in 2019. That's when I found out about the colostrum. Everything seemed to go great, but I should never stop the carbon C60 because it takes about 30 days for that to eliminate from the body, and that's about when the signs started appearing. You know, maybe 60 days after I stopped the carbon C60, that's when the signs started appearing when she's having problems. But her fur is growing back nice, and she's sleeping a lot, that's how you repair your body. And she's no longer drooling. She's fully hydrated. She's no longer drooling, and to me that's telling me that the tongue maybe is still swollen, but maybe there's nowhere near as much cancer. Maybe there's no cancer on the tongue, and now it's just a matter of healing up. Maybe there's scar tissue. Maybe that's the problem. So that's why we got the Live On Labs vitamin C, liposomol vitamin C, and keep working on her. But I think the Spooky2 is actually working. I think, you know, I made the assumption it wasn't because the tumor didn't go down. Again, I start saying, well, the tumor visibly didn't go down in size because of the inflammation from, I'm going to make the assumption that the cancer cells have been getting wiped out. The dead cancer cells were causing inflammation at the site. That's why the tumor seemed bigger. But she does seem to be a lot more well. And when she's up and about, she seems to be a lot more lively and stronger. So, this ain't going to work overnight, but I think it is going to work. You can see she curled up in another position. You know, assuming this is working, let's make the assumption this is working good. There's going to be less and less toxic effect from the dead cancer cells being destroyed, because there'll be less and less cancer to be knocked out. So I think it is working, to tell you the truth. Now I'm thinking, I was in error when I thought it didn't work, or something's working. Maybe it's not working, possibly too. I don't want to make that assumption, but I'm beginning to think it is, because like I said, the normal reaction to cancer cells being destroyed is inflammation at the area, because the dead cancer cells are toxic. So the other thing is, there's absolutely no effect on living cells. As a matter of fact, a cell phone has far, far, far more powerful emission of frequencies that are than this Rife plasma. And these frequencies being used are special only for cancer. They do not affect any living cells. One good thing that, since these frequencies have been really initially used in the 1930s, it was just a matter of time to get the technology back where you can deliver the frequencies with plasma, which is the fourth state of matter, which this one was the first one to, this device, the Spooky Central, was the first one to be able to duplicate the frequencies exactly. And so if this is working, one of the great advantages of this has a range of 6 inches on the near field, and it's still effective even from 12 inches away. Their whole body's basically being treated here. This would get rid of all the cancer if this is working. That's the other advantage of this, because it reaches every living cell. And we'll see. I mean, I got a feeling she's doing pretty good. And I'm hoping. It's not just hope. It's just that I'm noticing. She looks. She almost looks like she's freaking 100%. She looks cleaner now. I don't know. Maybe she was rubbing her face with her paw and her tongue. Well, let's make the assumption she is getting better for real. It's like seems to be a real life observation, right, poops? Yeah. And there's another bulb they sell with this. This one I liked because it's encased in plastic, and there's another one you can have, it's more concentrated. But this one should work too, if the technology's working. But I said again, you don't want to just use only the technology. You don't even want to. You want to make sure you have a lot. And that's why they recommend using the detox settings and immune system stimulation settings and all that other stuff, and with other generators. But I'm using Livon Labs liposomal vitamin C for making toxins inert, and the carbon fullerenes carbon C60 to help remove the toxins. That carbon C60 should adsorb, they don't call it absorb, adsorb, and encapsulate the toxins, and the body should safely remove them. So, should work pretty good. You're snuggling up like a little cutie, huh? You say cats hide pain and stuff. I know, I realize that, but I think this cat is really not in, just way less pain now, I think. Right? Huh? Yeah.